Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays Slay the Spire. On my end, it's been 2 days since I played. We had that, it was a win. It was incredibly fast and good, but our ranking was bad because it was easy for everybody, but the run was still fun, and that's really the primary draw. But this daily's almost over. It's the... Oh, I see the gauntlet has been thrown. Well, there's a lot of unknowns in here. I don't know what's up with that necessarily, but... Okay, and then the leaderboard has frozen. That's why you don't use a WCF service and you're no... Okay, no scores available. 5 colorless cards. Cursed run whenever you defeat a boss become cursed. That's actually good news because of terminal. So we have 5 plated armor. We should stay around 70 HP, maybe even a little higher. And start with 5 colorless cards. So we're going to have like a 17 card deck. Flash of Steel is good. 2 of those, like, they're just actually good. Master of Strategy, amazing. Secret Technique, I mean, we could use that to, essentially, if we ever draw this, we could draw 3 cards. Or add X colorless random cards into our hand, which I don't know, that probably holds, like, some kind of usefulness that I haven't considered as of yet. 1, 2, 3. Where's our second elite? Right here? Oh, you wouldn't. You're gonna make me stick to the far left path the whole way up just to get a second elite fight? Highly rude, but I'll tell you what, we'll do it. Alright, let's see how this deck comes together. I think I'm gonna hit you with a Flash of Steel, just see how it comes out here. So a strike and a neutralize crushes you. A defend, strike, strike. Taking no damage because of plated armor. Very important to remember you got plated armor here. It's going to change your decision-making process. 19 damage. Well, I mean, you got to start with draw 3 cards. We don't have 19 yet. Hit you again. Tell you what, Secret Technique. What a terrible decision. I'm going to hit you twice. I'm going to add 2 colorless cards into my hand. I don't really want to draw 2 more right now. We might as well, right? Well, it gets exhausted, so we probably should have avoided it, but my thinking, like, in my brain was maybe we'll get Flash of Steel, Flash of Steel. It seems like a kind of a combo-driven deck right now. If we can get After Image, I think that would be a top-tier card right now. Concentrate, Quick Slash, Endless Agony. This is an important one to think about. I almost feel like Concentrate is the best. Just from our 1 combat instance so far, we had a lot of leftover cards in our hand without any excess energy, so I really, really want to try. I know we could remove a card, but I'd rather just improve our deck potentially and, you know, get some gold for a future shop. I feel like... throw this out here right now. What I want to do... he's trying to get some kind of combo driving deck going on here. So take Master of Strategy, play that. Already we get 2 more attacks out of this. Transmute a card into our hand. Deep Breath, shuffle your discard pile into your draw pile, draw a card. Might as well, it doesn't exhaust. Not necessarily a great use of a Swift Potion, but, I mean, dealing 21 damage on turn 1 is not bad. And we know we just need to put up 1 block this turn. Dude, that's what I'm looking for. 2 Flash of Steel is like a dream come true. The deck seems good so far, is what I'll say, but we do want as many curses as possible so we can up our strength. I think maybe we want like a thick deck to mitigate the negative effects of a curse. You could probably roll poison. Let's keep it. It's better than a strike, and we'll keep it for flexibility right now. I mean, everything's better than a strike. That's, you know. Transform a card. Okay, I think we're going to transform a regular strike. 3, 2, 1, click. Eviscerate. We're not discarding, but that becomes an amazing card if we get Gambling Chip or even Tools of the Trade, which I'm starting to think is not nearly as good as I've suggested. 14 damage, so I can hit you for 11 with 3 poison, which will kill you. Might as well. Gotta deal 17 damage to the other lord. The other thing is, oh, we are weak for this turn, so this is gonna be a little worse. But we can play Eviscerate. ended up, like, not really being that good for us. But with 4 energy, we can play Eviscerate for 12 damage, or I think normally it's going to be 18, which, again, the majority of the time will probably be worse than playing something else, but I'm just saying it's not completely terrible. I think we want Riddle with holes, and the main reason behind that is because we're going to get more strength when we get curses in our deck. Flash of Steel doesn't become that good. Riddle with holes is a great option here. Eviscerate could be good, but doesn't one of these become innate? Draw 4 cards is a little ridiculous. Secret Technique doesn't become exhausted. Transmutation gives us upgraded cards. I mean, I think there's a lot of options, really. Concentrate means you discard 1 less, which could be useful, but I think you either go Secret Technique to be able to pull over and over, but let's just think about what we pull when we have already used Master of Strategy. You probably pull like a basic defend, which is not that good right now. Whereas drawing 1 extra card, for me personally, that feels like a better option right now, but I've given you my thought process. If I'm incorrect, at least I'm incorrect, you know, having thought about it. Doubtlessly, we're going to want to Riddle with holes here. Play a little Master of Strategy. This is what we're looking for. Free damage. Flash of Steel. Flash of Steel. Secret Technique. What skills are in our pile over here? Yeah, okay, so hear me out here. Take Concentrate, play it, dump these 3, all of a sudden Eviscerate is 18 damage for free. We get a little of that going on here. Dude, that was a really, really good first turn. I think, if I do 13 damage, I'm going to hit you with the Fire Potion, so we take 0. And we are going to get to 13 damage. It seems like such a waste, but I think it's good. Bottled Lightning. Choose a skill card at the start of each combat. This card will be in your hand. It's tough. Because, I mean, wouldn't you like to draw 4 cards right off the bat? That seems pretty good. Can make for a really, really good first turn. Admittedly, this is very tempting. I'm going to add it. We have enough energy, I think, to make it worthwhile. That's my personal feeling here. And, Secret Technique. I think I'd rather make Riddle with holes stronger. We're going to play it pretty much every time it shows up. We're about to get a curse anyway, aren't we? Yeah. So this is good. We get the extra energy for it. And it's innate, which means we're going to be really, really happy to have extra card draw on turn 1 every single time. Because, like, obviously, Writhe is not that good for us. So I think you pop this, and then you pop, well, let's just, we got a lot of mess going on here right off the bat. I think I'm just gonna try to take out you first. The thing is, we probably do want to use, like, a Secret Technique, and then take Concentrate, and then use Concentrate. Like, the thing is, it saves us so much just by using it to begin with. I think we'll, like, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. It's just 7 damage 3 times. Yeah, we got enough to kill you with this. So this just gives us more energy, which is potentially useless, I suppose. You should be weakened, because I think you're going to die anyway. All of a sudden, I'm not going to say we come out of this smelling like a rose, but we, I think we made a relatively good decision there. 1 defend is good enough to play here, but I guess, you know, without Ice Cream, we might as well get in the habit of making sure we play down to 0 energy every turn. It's working right now. I mean, starting with 5 colorless cards is extremely good. It's given us a huge advantage. My whole goal here, and I mean, I think it's worth playing. My whole goal here, as you're probably aware, is to take as little damage as possible from the boss. I will anger... Oh, no, we should eat to curse ourselves. Which one's... Parasite is if you remove it, you lose 3 HP. So, yeah, we'll do this and get extra strength. My goal is to take 0 damage from the boss so we can maximize our score. That's my thinking right now. I think upgrading Eviscerate is fine. Upgrading Outmaneuver is probably a little bit too much. Secret Technique not becoming exhausted is starting to become a decent option because, you know, there's more skills that we can pull from now. But, I really like the idea. It's not going to work every turn, but Eviscerate dealing more damage makes it a much more playable card. Alright, so we want to... If we get Eviscerate, we want to hit you, is basically what it comes down to. Not eviscerate, sorry. I was looking for, give me 1 second here, because I think... Well, what are our skills left over here? I'm just trying to... We could attack this turn. If we pop a strength potion, we could do 36... Plus, we could do 46 damage, which is really good. And here's how we would do that, by the way. It's like secret technique. Might as well take concentrate, because then you play concentrate. You dump 3 defends, or 2 defends and a curse that you don't actually... Now you have 6 energy. We would pop our strength potion, and like there's 36 damage. That's a lot of damage done on turn 1, but I think we could have done better if we'd waited for Riddle with holes to pop up. So be it. This is a pretty bad situation here. Obviously we want to hit you, we want to do this, we want to do this. We're going to add 1 colorless card to our hand. Enlightenment is trash, and we're taking our first damage of the combat here, but we're still way ahead of where we'd normally be fighting the Lagavulin, so I'm not, you know, despondent necessarily. Let's play Sunblock, and then draw 4 cards or something, and then you got 40 damage. Okay. It turned out just fine. And Anchor is really nice. So turn 1, we have a bunch of extra... block, which is super useful. I don't know, we haven't taken that many blocks, but we haven't... Well-Laid Plans is like always worth playing for 0. It takes up a spot, but it's relatively minor. I think we're doing fine. I'm just trying to like set the deck up in such a way that we could do even better, is what I'm trying to say. So we're taking no damage turn 1. So what would my suggestion here be? Sure, doing... Well, you start with a card draw. That's what you do. And then dealing 40 damage, actually, I should say. Seems really good. If we're going to do... but we can't... Yeah, okay. I think we just do 40 damage. I don't know why. I thought about it so hard as if it's like... There's actually a demonstrable difference here, but there's really not. Like, you just kill him this turn instead. Or maybe you don't. No, you do. We just need a couple of attacks, please. There we go. We might want to add more attacks to the deck. It might be anecdotal, but I always love a dagger spray. I know we have a little, kind of a little discard synergy, so getting dagger throw is really good as well, but... Free distraction is good. Secret technique not being exhausted is good. Transmutation give us upgraded cards I think is okay. Let's go for a secret technique that doesn't get exhausted. This guy's probably going to hit us. I don't think we're going to perfect this boss. Turn 1, please give me Riddle with holes. Just start me off on the right foot here, please. Thing is, like, might as well do this. Deflect, okay. Next turn, we're going to gain energy. We did 30 damage, which is pretty weak, I think. We could use a skewer, I think, is kind of what I'm starting to realize. So 36 damage, that's no joke. Which skill would I like to receive? I would like to receive... There is something to be said about concentrate, discarding a bunch, and then playing transmutation, but I don't know. I feel like that's awesome. Let's try it. Okay. Okay, 8 colorless cards. Let's go. Hilariously, one of them is transmutation. Sadistic nature. Whenever you apply a debuff to an enemy, they take 3 damage. Here's what I'm thinking. Pop Apotheosis. We should have maybe played Panache first. Sure. They're gonna take a little damage from this. Was this worth it in the end? I gotta just say, like, almost certainly not. I'm gonna play this just to deal damage to this guy. And I'm gonna pop his other energy potion. I'm gonna play Transmutation again. Flash of Steel gets a hit. And that's gonna do it, but we don't really, as strange as it sounds, we don't really need an Apotheosis, so we'll dump that. We're gonna take 31 damage. What did we get in the process? I mean, to be honest with you, not altogether that much, I think. I think we played like a meme deck right there. This is fine, though. I think you want a Survivor, dump Defend, And then I was thinking maybe you could play Eviscerate. It's 30 damage. 30 damage, so. All of a sudden, our play doesn't seem that stupid, because we've done so much damage thanks to the vulnerability there. And this is relatively poor, but we're taking no damage in the process, so. Yeah, not the best boss fight, but I think we're doing just fine right now. Always open with Flash of Steel. We're trying to get the panache, basically, here. So, Riddle with Holes, again, is 30 damage. Probably play a defend and then get rid of Eviscerate, and panache hits you, we take no damage. And we took one turn, yeah, where we used 2 potions and took 31 damage just to get this set up. But it was kind of fun. I'm not overly disappointed with how things went here. We got a kill with panache, which is kind of hilarious. And so I love adrenaline. We did just beat a boss, so we like it because we got strength up. Unload is kind of tempting to be able to dump our curses. What curse did we just get? Regret. Lose 1 HP for each card in hand. It's bad, but I don't know. I think adrenaline is just so good. I think Black Star is the definite choice, but I like the idea of Orrery just because we do want a thick deck to dilute curses, but we get a card from every enemy, so I think given that we're going to want to fight every elite we come across, I'm okay with this. So we actually gained HP on the last floor, thanks to the curses, and we want to hit a shop on this floor if possible. We got 1. Can only hit 1. Okay, so we can hit 2 if we stick to the far left path. Let's hit the second shop, just so we have the maximum amount of money possible. And again, every curse is a little bit of an advantage. This is why you like having 3 cards right off the bat. I'm going to tell you another thing. Get that trash out of here. Neutralize. We should have flashed first, I guess. Hit you. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to eviscerate you. You're almost dead on turn 1. But we got our 2 top tier draws on turn 1. So it's not like we got lucky. We also did draw 3 curses, and we only have 3 curses in our deck, so it's a little bit of bad luck there, but we're starting to kick here. I don't really like having any more X cards, unless they're Skewer, I think. I went for Dash because I feel like we have too many skills in the deck and not enough, like, raw defend or raw attack. It's really what it's my personal opinion right now. I think we definitely do with another Riddle with Holes, which right now is dealing 30 damage by default. There were other options there that might work synergistically, but this is like, you know, you get first pick in the NHL draft. Doesn't matter if you need a center, you take Rasmus Dahlin. He's a generational talent. Well, let's draw first. One, two, yeah, there's something here. 6 energy. I love it. So turn 1 is really where we're getting all of our gas. You know what would be an amazing card? Bag of Marbles. It's not a card, it's a relic, but a Bag of Marbles would be an amazing relic for us, I think. We're gonna fight here. We could fight here if we wanted. This gives us 2 upgrades. So this gives us 2 upgrades. This gives us it doesn't really matter. We have no other shop on this floor. I think we should buy 2 relics. And to be honest with you, I think Juzu Bracelet is the #1 choice. And then I think you probably go Ancient Tea Set. The thing is, we don't really need more energy on turn 1 right now. We get like 80. It's a slight exaggeration, but you get the general idea. I mean, we've played a bunch of cards and we're still going here, so draw 4 cards. This is pretty good. We definitely want a Riddle with Holes. You'll also then be killed. Distraction gives us expertise. I think we'll use it first and then see what we draw. And we drew Riddle with Holes. Lose 1 HP. Regret is a bummer, but there's nothing we can do about it at this point, so. Losing 5 HP is no joke, except for the fact that we definitely don't need to heal, because if we just move 5 rooms, we'll get 5 HP. Or, well, sorry, what I mean to suggest is that by moving 5 rooms, our max HP will lower itself to where our HP is right now anyway. So, mathematically, dump you, play you. Hit you with that, we're taking no damage. Hit you for 22, you're taking 3 on the back end here. Still highly confident in the ability of this deck to pull out a W. No question about it. Gonna hit you. Well laid plans. We only had 1 skill in our draw pile. We might take damage this turn. Wow, that's just... I don't even know why I would play that in hindsight. We're definitely dead next turn. We're going to take 2 more damage. Again, relatively minor, but I start to get a little antsy when I'm not killing enemies turn 1. Probably a little bit needless, but backflip, I think. You know, I do love Quick Slash as a card, no question, but our other Riddle with holes is probably a decent... we probably should upgrade Adrenaline, but we'll get the chance right after this fight unless something goes horribly wrong. So these guys are extremely annoying, but we are going to have 6 energy on turn 1. And that's before we even do anything. So let's start with some extra draw. You know this is what we want. So this guy usually goes first. And Eviscerate is great because we want to use that with Concentrate. So just play this real quick, see what you get. Bullet Time. You can't draw anymore, so play Backflip. And then Bullet Time is free, and we have no more draw. But we don't even need to play Concentrate in that case. Which is also fine. So first, take you out. And you are going to get dusted. Like so. Now, you give us a wound, so we don't need to use our Ancient Potion. You're only dealing 19 damage. I'm going to hit you. Now you're dealing 16 damage, and we're going to take 0, which we were going to take earlier, I guess, anyway. But okay, well, we finished our turn with 6 energy. This Ice Cream would also be a very important relic, although we need an X card to, like, you know, pay X to get X. To get value out of the fact that we have an energy surplus on, like, every single turn. Did I not keep my... I don't know what happened to that. Plays itself. So, Skewer. Skewer is what we need. Anyway, it looks like we're going to be fine against this elite. We're going to get 2 relics. If one of them is Ice Cream, I'm going to feel a little bit better about our situation. No questions asked. You're dealing 7 damage, so we do want to play a block, but let's start here. Certainly follow that up with Adrenaline. Defend, strike you. I think I should just play Finisher, and then try a Transmutation, and there you go. Deck still is holding it down. Keep in mind we have a chest coming up soon. That'll give us another curse, which is more strength, and this is why we continue to basically try to add the best card at every single opportunity so we can dilute the curses. Paper Crane makes weak enemies even weaker, and Discard gives us block now, so we can focus a little bit more on that meta. So I think an upgraded Dagger Throw is probably our best option. Again, this is probably overkill because we don't really need the extra energy most of the time that we draw Adrenaline, but so be it. Whenever you add a skill to your deck, it's upgraded. And Clumsy is unplayable but ethereal. It's like the top tier curse, right? It's the best we can get. Gillette? Not sure. Lots of draw turn 1. That's what I like to see. So, it's really a question of whether or not I kill you. If I kill you, I probably want to neutralize you. But that only saves us 4 damage. It's probably closer to a wash than I'd like to admit. Okay, something's going on here. This isn't that bad. We'll start with Dagger Spray. I only have to do 30 damage, and we can easily get there, but I'd much rather use Finisher on you, I think. So, throw in a Dagger here. Probably get rid of this, and then might as well play Well-Laid Plans, and you're not gonna die to this, but you'll die to this. And this will kill you. Alright, this is what I mean, you know, having so much draw in this deck has given us a lot of capabilities. And even still, I'm like, Sucker Punch is great, especially with Paper Crane. And it's a pre-upgraded, but Acrobatics is going to be upgraded when we take it. And I know that draw seems more useful to me than making an enemy weak, just because we usually seem to finish, especially our first turn, with way too much energy left over. Personal opinion right here. So there's 4 of these. We have to dump Regret. But this guy's got to go first. So we can dump Regret by playing an Acrobatics. You just kind of get to that point where you're like, is this the way we want to do it? So I'd like to gain some extra energy, but like if I could play both Riddle with holes, you'd be done. Ugh. Probably should have just played a strike. I got too cute with it. I thought, this will be fun, and it was fun, but turns out that turn we did need more energy. We didn't draw Concentrate or Adrenaline. It's kind of a weak turn, damage-wise. Let's start Distraction. Alchemize is free, and it gives us a regen potion, which is not, unfortunately, worth very much. You're going to heal anyway, so it's probably not worth it. We should have played Outmaneuver, maybe. You heal for 15? I can't remember. No, you just shield? No, you shielded him, I see. 16. So yeah, we definitely shouldn't have played Dash. That's a misplay. Alright. Now we've got a little damage. It's not like this does much for us. At least it's block. Like, it's a discard engine, but I feel like we're just a couple of relics from this run really coming together. Like, it might seem like it's falling apart. I very much disagree. Like, there's no skills in my draw pile, of course. I could have told you that. I actually feel like it's so close to coming together. Like, one skewer and Ice Cream allows us to, like, scrape a little compound interest off the top and then hit him for, like, 100 whenever we manage to draw a skewer. So, I am not feeling negative at all about this run. Rather than poison or even regen, to be honest, I think I'd rather have the fire potion. And that, remember, skills get upgraded, so this is 2 shivs, and each shiv is going to deal 8 damage. So it's 16 damage and 6 block for 1 energy. It's extremely good. Are you proud of me? I'm running the numbers a little bit. Sometimes the numbers are a little off, but, you know, in my head, I'm doing the right thing here. Backflip's great, but we're going to start with our free enabler here. You definitely want to discard. And then I can hit you. It probably should just kill you, but other relic. I mean, every relic offers something, right? There's very few relics in the game that are like, it's just trash. Doesn't do anything. We're gonna lose HP here, unfortunately. It's not gonna kill you, right? No, not even close. Burst. Your next skill is played twice. Oh, incredible. We're only gonna take 2 damage. It's not bad. We need to kill him next turn, though. Oh, no. We need to kill him in 2 turns. So we probably want to hit you there. Give me a second. Definitely Adrenaline. Give us that extra energy. Concentrate is irrelevant right now, which, again, is kind of hitting at what I'm trying to talk about, but Riddle with holes, 100% want to play. Dagger Spray's good. Hit ya. Hit ya. Hit ya real good. Definitely we should not rest. Blur, I think, is our #1 choice here. And then the Elite Fight is where things get a little tricky, but if we can make it through this, we won't have to rest before the boss, and that'll be a nice situation for us. So we really want to enable a discard here to get Eviscerate going, and Acrobatics will work. But we could also do it by playing Concentrate. And we're not taking any damage on turn 1, so yeah, let's do that to start with. All of a sudden, Eviscerate costs 1, and it does 36 damage, so forgive me. Well, Acrobatics will just play, and then it saves us 1 energy by default. And Blur is pretty good here. I'm going to get rid of Transmutation. So Eviscerate is now free. Almost kills you. So I think we should destroy you. Probably play Adrenaline right afterwards. Outmaneuver for sure if we can make it happen. Double an enemy's poison. Okay, so you're dead. It's really just a... I don't even know if I'd describe it as a lucky draw, but it's not a bad draw. Okay, that was like the dream first turn. We did 40 damage to the big bad, killed both of his minions. We're going to have 45 block for our next turn, and we rolled over some energy. So, I'm going to hit you. Dump this. I'm going to flash. Well-laid plans. I'm going to flash you again. Strike you. Might as well defend for essentially no reason. And, dude, I can't stress enough. Cloak and Dagger is like a card I'm almost always going to be happy to see. 16 damage for 1 energy. And that's completely ignoring the block. 40, 16. So, we're killing the leader this turn. Yeah, we're looking alright. Gremlin Horn is something, I can't remember if I finished my train of thought, but I was going to ask for this, I promise you that. And we're playing a lot of attacks, so Kunai is nice. Dude, Cloak and Dagger is the perfect melding of everything we got going on here. I love it. It's coming together. I think Gremlin Horn is going to help out a lot. It's going to allow us to sustain this kind of momentum that we've been trying to throw down here. Always nice to get something like that. Dude, so our number one problem, by the way, is you're probably, you know, you're like, oh, where could this deck go wrong? Oh, it can go wrong. It goes wrong in a big way. There we go. It goes wrong in a big way if we fight the Time Lord. To the extent that I'm like, I don't even know if we could do anything about it. If we fight the Time Lord. But, I mean, look at this. What can you say about that, you know, hasn't already been said? I mean, Prepared, it was going to be upgraded either way, but I think, again, it's a card you're pretty much never unhappy to see. Concentrate for 2 instead of 3. Upgraded. I mean, this seems like maybe our best option. Distraction for free, sometimes. Outmaneuver, maybe, but we don't play Transmutation that much, but having cards come pre-upgraded is maybe enough. So we have 1 turn to beat on this guy, and this is what we want to do. We want to crush him. We start with draw every time, which is what we're looking for. And we can discard Survivor, which is essential. I hit you. And I hit you. Drop this. It's not as good as I'd like, but it's not too bad. Yeah. So we're going to have 47 block next turn, which means, again, if we wanted to, we could probably just focus on attacking the big guy, but we're not going to do that. It's not really the way we choose to play the deck most of the time. Start with Adrenaline. Well, before we play anything with block in it, we should probably, like, do this, right? I should be able to kill at least one of you this turn, is my hypothesis. We don't need to defend, and honestly, I think Well-Laid Plans is actually our next worst card. I know that sounds sacrilegious, but Deadly Poison. Apply 5 poison. And, I mean, it's kind of it's not an amazing play. I shouldn't have hit you with 5 poison. In hindsight, that's idiotic. But we did get both of them, and all of a sudden, we got energy. And I could deal 40 damage or get 2 energy next turn with another 2 card draw. I think we hit you for 40, like... Things are trucking here. If we can perfect this boss, I'll feel a lot better about my life here. This guy's gonna summon some jerks. If you can give me... Ooh, no. We can make Cloak and Dagger happen here. This is fine. Thing is, Concentrate is probably the right play, because you do get 3 block out of it, but he's not attacking, so again, it's irrelevant, and you understand my conundrum now. He's going to debuff us, and it's a big debuff, so I think probably not a bad idea to do that. So what we would love to see, without a doubt, is Shuriken. This is a bad turn, but... Shuriken makes us, in my professional opinion, essentially unstoppable on today's run. Next turn is going to be tough for us to not take damage, by the way. Well, not if he doesn't attack. It's extremely fair. $24, and then if I have to... I think I have to hit you with the fire potion. It pains me deep inside, but I really do. It's not good, but hey, we killed the enemy. We've still got our perfects going on here. What do you hit me for? 31. That's a lot. 15. Oh, that's nothing. And like a single defend doesn't quite get us there, but Survivor absolutely does. So I think you just play. This is not great, admittedly. Like, I wish we could hit him a little harder, but it's going okay. He's doing question marks again. That's like an actual horrible mistake on his part. I feel bad for him. Great work. Get rid of this defend. We don't need it. Here's where we're going to start to get out of control, and we've made it. That's a perfect. Another curse coming our way. Yeah, there it is. Draw 1, discard is like 3 extra block per turn, but I don't really like playing it for 1, honestly. Maybe it's... but it would enable us to never have to worry about regret as long as we played Tools of the Trade. But I think Unload is also good, but let's go for this slightly safer play. So, I mean, out of these, I kind of hate it, but I guess we'll go Tiny House. I think it's a horrible relic. But Lizard Tail is irrelevant, I think. Didn't even remember what the other one was, so that might be a little idiotic. So we can easily hit our shop if we want to, because there's our first elite, second elite. So we can hit 3 elites if we go along this path, which I think we're going to try. Is there another shop along that? No. So I think we go full combat right side, as scary as it looks at first glance. That allows us to maybe buy a relic from the shop, which is important. Probably we want adrenaline. Should have looked a little closer maybe, but... So Riddle with holes is already 45 damage. Nobody's attacking. You gotta, like, give me a minute here, because this is a little out of control. Like, there's just... I'm not gonna say we're infinite right now, but we're kind of... It never ends. Your next skill is played twice. We don't really have a skill we want to play twice. I really want to play Finisher. We can get to that amount of energy, is the thing. We should actually concentrate. Dump those. We're back to 4 energy now. You're dead. We should, like, hit you. Hit you. You got 3 health left. I think we do, like, this... Gremlin Horn hooks us up. Oh, Lord. I wish I could do it. But we're going to get 1 energy back for this. 565 damage. Okay, we're going to hit you like that. 1 energy coming back. Oh, never mind, we're gods. We've ascended to a degree that I didn't think was possible. Give me this Sucker Punch. Enemies being weak with Paper Crane. Extremely useful. I think all of these relics are horrible for us. So give me Master of Strategy. Would we rather have Centennial Puzzle? I mean, of course we could remove a card, but we'd rather have Art of War, Dreamcatcher, or Centennial Puzzle. Give me Art of War, Dreamcatcher. Like, The thing is, we want to carry as little gold balance as possible so we don't lose it, you know, when we buy red mask or something like that. Because there's a lot of things on the 3rd floor that take all of your bounty from you, you know? Oh my god, look at this. Well, we can't dump it, but we have the block already, so this is really just like we're trying to make... No, you don't need to die, actually. It's like everything's coming up roses right now. This is a ridiculously strong first hand. Gremlin Horn worked out for us. I wasn't even paying attention to it, like, at all. And amazingly, you are going to live, but you're living by, like, the slimmest of margins. Told you. I think we'd like having more draw. I understand the value of a slice. All-out attack doesn't limit your draw anymore. It gives you, you discard 1 card at random. Not nearly as bad. So we really, on turn 1, we want to destroy you. This being free to purge a debuff, I think, is very smart. Okay. Now, you gotta go. If we can find a way to make you die, we gotta try that. Or we could just kill everybody on turn 1. That's the other alternative. Still no discards. I think we almost need to, like, play this, and then we can start playing Cloak and Dagger. Trust me, I understand that it looks horrible here. You're still alive somehow. Okay, so we're fine. We can't do anything about this, unfortunately. Let's hope for some zero-cost stuff. So we actually took 8 damage there, which is horrible. But again, in 8 rooms, we'll be fine. We didn't have any other attacks in hand there. It's hard to look at that as a negative. You know what we should have done is probably removed Regret, which is, like, by far our worst curse. Well, you gotta go. Start there. Now we should probably throw Choke in there. You're only doing 3, so we'll just kill him. Perfect. It's not that bad. Could be better, but it's not that bad. Upgraded skill, pretty nice. Who is our boss? I thought I saw... Oh, I saw the hands of the clock. So malaise might be a necessary sort of enabler there, unfortunately. Yeah, that's scary. Okay, well, I need to start with some of this, I think. We have no discard. Probably will try to kill this guy. I mean, we already have 21 blocks, so we're fine there. I think we should transmute, as strange as that sounds. Like... Yeah, it didn't turn out very well. It didn't turn out as well as our last one did. But turn 1, most of the time, is the most dangerous time in, like, these fights against mobs. So the fact that we took no damage, at least one of them's gonna die next turn. Probably more than one. Really, Gremlin Horn is to thank for this one. This will give us 1 energy back. It's worth trying, I think. And then... distraction. Sure, you know. Got a weak potion, which is actually really good. Because that's going to render Time Lord weak for 3 turns, which is 50% damage instead of 70. Yeah, they deal 50% of their starting damage. Good stuff. Holding it together for sure. I don't know what the upgraded version of this card is, but because weak is strong, I think we should go for it. So again, we want to go up here, unfortunately. We haven't played it yet. I just think, like, it makes it easier to play. Also hoping our HP holds, but I don't know. It's getting a little spooky. 16 damage, huh? So we do have to play some sort of block. As soon as you play Blur, you want to play as many blocks as possible. Alright, this guy is now extremely trash. We're probably not going to kill you turn 1, which sucks big time because we are going to lose 1 HP there. And any run in which you're sad about losing 1 HP probably means you're doing relatively okay. I wonder if I could have handled this a little better. Like, would Eviscerate have done more damage? Riddle with Holes has to be more damage. We couldn't enable enough discards to make it really happen here. So many zero-cost cards. This is, like, actually just hilarious. I think I'd rather have a fire potion than a poison potion. And it's a very simple sort of methodology. 20 damage up front versus 6, 5, 4. 15, 3, 2, 1. It's like 21 damage spread over 100 turns. Okay, we're taking a little damage turn 1, but if we can kill this guy, mostly I want to go after him because he has 5 more damage but only 1 more HP. So let's start there. We'll probably try an energy potion on this floor, or on this combat, I should say. We have a lot of cards we want to play. He may not die. 25. If we play this, we're not going to take any damage, so I guess we should. Try Transmutation. Give us 0, that's right. We could just kill him, and we'll get 1 energy back, but I don't think it matters. This guy just applies burn, maybe? So you're definitely dead next turn. Yeah, the burns are mostly irrelevant. You gotta go. Flash of Steel. Master of Strategy. Okay, so this is good. It's a free play, essentially. I'd love to dump that out of there. And we probably will need block anyway. This does mean we can only play 1 Riddle with Holes, but then actually a Strike's just going to finish it. Good work. Shuriken, exactly what we needed. Bottled Tornado at this point. Throw Tools of the Trade Plus in there. Actually, we don't want an Infinite Blades. My personal opinion here. Great damage. Tori might be nice here as well. Great damage, unfortunately, just completely mired, and we will fight here, by the fact that we aren't going to want to play it that often as a result of the fact that we're fighting against the Time Lord. You're all attacking on turn 1, huh? Don't let me tell you how to live your life, but you're a jerk. Okay. Be nice if you died first. Little chunk. I mean, really, Riddle with Holes almost seems like the best option, but it probably is not. I was hoping we'd get a little more out of it, but sure, I'll take it. You're not gonna love this play, but hear me out. Gremlin Horn gives us a chance to get something off of it. It was Decay. 20 damage to all enemies. I mean, I know we're going to take 3 on the back end there, but I think it's probably worth it. Yeah, I think we botched that pretty miserably. We might have to rest for once, but I mean, we upgraded in every other situation, so. Alright, absolutely you have to go. Get rid of Concentrate. We just don't need it. This is what we're looking for. Oh my god. Life is good. We already have a lot of block here, so. Okay. Shovel allows us to dig for loot. Finisher, we've very rarely been disappointed in so far. We play so many cards. This guy's like the inverse of the Time Lord. He should be a perfect opportunity for us. I'm trying to think of what we would even want against this guy. There's a lot of good stuff. Master of Strategy again? Why not, really? Ah, so usually we want to throw in a choke. But a Riddle with Holes done later might make the choke not as relevant. I know that sounds crazy. We are going to need to hit him at some point, though. So hear me out here. Hit him with a weak potion, which again, we'd probably like to have for the Time Lord as well, but there you go. Still 5 energy. We got to make some space. I hit you with a die. 32 damage. This is 90 damage. But I kind of like throwing a backflip in here and seeing... Okay. I know we couldn't get that much out of it, but... Pump this. Now, how much is a finisher worth? We really only played 1 attack this turn, huh? We did do 100 damage with our final attack, and we used a potion, gained a potion, etc., but... You know... A little bit of a bummer there. Just kind of hoping for finishing that off a little faster. This is good, though. Don't sweat it too much. Get Flash of Steel going here. Well-laid plans. Keep them going. I mean, I kind of feel like adding the colorless cards. We probably shouldn't, because, you know, we could have gotten an okay finisher there, and we'll hold on to that for that reason. But, he's going to be weak for long enough that I think we're relatively fine. Just don't think about it too much. Probably we want to keep an outmaneuver. As many attacks as possible, please. Now we're going to dump it because of... Easy choice. I mean, it seems like Predator followed by Finisher is probably your option here. You can hit him with that. Why not, right? He gets another turn of weakness. He gets -1 strength. Just makes our life a lot easier long term. He is going to weaken us, I think. We're not really going as quickly as I'd like here. What do I want to never see again? That right there. We already have, because we discarded one, we already have defense. It's great news. So let's start usually with draw. And dump trash. Play Cloak and Dagger. Another 2 attacks coming out. This also helps us strength up with Shuriken, which is something we're interested in. I think we want to, like, see ya. All of a sudden, 14 damage 5 times. Decent, at least. I don't know if we've got him before he pops off, but I know that this is worth 2 relics. That's my opinion at the present moment. Definitely, I don't think we need this defend. And that's because Cloak and Dagger gives us a lot of block. We'll follow that up with the Shivs anyway. Blur, we're going to play regardless. And you're amazingly alive, only to die to the poison. Now that's just sad. Raising max HP, important. Or a Calcum, I have no idea. Against a Time Lord, 10 damage is worth a lot less than 3 cards. I think Glass Knife is usually worth it. Dude, level with me? I think we dig. We try for more relics. Bottled Flame. Choose an attack card at the start of your... That's... Ooh, it's tough, right? What do you think? I think we take a Riddle with Holes, personally. No. Now, like, we only draw 5 cards to start with, and, like, we know what 100 of them are because of the curses, right? So... Okie dokie. Well, we want to play Tools of the Trade. I think we should draw a discard, dump a curse. Probably follow it up with drawing 4 more cards. Sure, we want that. Free draw. We're going to take advantage of that whenever it shows up. Now we start to think about what we want to do. And I think, well, before Riddle with Holes, we should probably strike once. So that right by itself is worth a lot. Throw a distraction in there. 9 poison for 1 energy is pretty solid. And we can either strike Riddle with Holes, or we can Acrobatics and hope for some zeros, which is what I basically did. And And then Secret Technique could give us adrenaline, or will give us adrenaline, I should say, so we'll use that. All of a sudden, we got a little bit more juice, and personally, I kind of like Predator for draw next turn, and then Riddle with holes. And we'll retain... It doesn't really matter, so we should retain Survivor, probably. I think that was decent, and keep in mind, you know, we're fighting an elite again, so it's 2 more relics coming our way. I'm 50-50 on whether we can beat the Time Lord. I think we can outstrength him pretty quickly, but remember, we don't really need... You know, we want to debuff him, I guess, is the best way to describe it. Like, Riddle with holes is not worth that much here, so we certainly want to hit him with that. Now he's only dealing 20, and everything looks like just fine. What we do want to do is up our strength as much as possible. So we're still taking damage. We'll throw something like that out there. It doesn't really matter what we play here, so we might as well deal 4 damage. And this will kill him next turn, and we'll take none. Good, very, very good, actually. So I think we're gonna fight against the Time Lord. This wasn't a hard run. Again, why did we discard? I don't know if that's a bug or what, but I might just be misunderstanding what's happening. But I'm a little confused. Okay, extra strength is super good. Happy Flower sometimes may come in handy. Out of all these, I think 20 damage is worth less than early decks. Now just don't take any damage here, and we can probably get away with digging before the boss fight. That's my 2 cents here. Not an easy enemy to take no damage against, necessarily. So I want to weaken you, although I wish you stayed weaker for longer. And I'll riddle you with holes. You're gonna debuff me, and it's, I think it's frail and vulnerable? No, it's weak and frail. That being said, he's not hitting me for very much. It's kind of a weird one. Like, there's several good lines, let's put it that way. I think you like choke, neutralize, predator for the extra draw, strength and dex gain. Quite a lot of damage for a turn in which we're weak. Okay, he's still doing nothing. We got 5 energy this turn. Definitely want to dump that. Okay, so we want to play as many attacks as possible and then hope for a good finisher. Completely plausible that Cloak and Dagger is just the right play on that grab, by the way, but so far you gotta admit it's looking pretty solid, right? So this is 45 damage by itself. And strength up, so we probably should have played it later, so be it. I think, honestly, we do that, and the reason we do that is so we have enough energy left over to make the draw worthwhile. We probably don't want Bubble, just being honest with you. And all of a sudden, look at that! Not a bad turn for having some weakness applied. I like our stats where they are. Blade Dance is not necessarily good, but I'm gonna roll with it. And the reason I'm gonna roll The reason I'm going to roll with it is because for 1 energy, it does damage and allows us to get our strength up by 1 and do that damage, which is, of course, good to begin with. All right. So this is 3 block for free per turn. I like that. We do want to hit him at some point. And that's going to be kind of our hard thing to deal with, I think, here. Is the fact that, you know, we have to hit him. I almost want to hit him with, like, the world's dirtiest melees. 6 strength, 6 weakness. But we could if we wanted to. Like, discard, discard, discard. I actually kind of like this turn. Hear me out. Discard, discard, discard. We play so few cards, it gives us a great chance next turn. We're obviously going to go for the Riddle with holes, because it's good to begin with. And then we'll 6 weak and -6 strength. I think that this sets us up super nicely. And this is why we took melees in the first place, was to try to hit him with something along those lines. So I love it already. And remember, we want to be cool here. So we gotta play some cards. I think extending the weakness is fine. What's the other option? The other option would be Riddle with Holes Finisher. So I think extending the weakness for 1 turn is probably better. And then Riddle with Holes for quite a lot of damage. We're only going to get to play 2 cards next turn, which is really bad, but... So far, we look pretty well equipped. He's dealing 10. You know you're going to get rid of 1 right off the bat. So we can only play 2... We can play 3 cards. I think we cloak, so we take no damage. Shiv. Finish. Reduced draw is bad unless we draw something that gives us draw, which thankfully did happen. Alright, so be smart. Adrenaline, very good. Choke, this is a big turn for us. Blade Dance. Got a lot out of that. I don't know if it's worth playing well-laid plans. I think I'm fine with Poison and Weak, and since you're weak for 9 turns, I think I play nothing else. It's my... The only other thing I could think of is maybe I'd want to play the Potion and try to play 12 cards this turn so that I'm not debuffed next turn, but... So he's going to heal himself and remove all his debuffs. This is a bad turn to apply debuffs. A good turn to gain some strength, maybe. We'll only play 2 more cards. I think we should just play Dash and Defend. Gives us the extra dex and strength. Doesn't exhaust Secret Technique for no reason. So he's back at 50% HP, he's dealing 21 damage. It's no joke. Probably don't want Transmutation. So him being weak means we are still taking damage, but not for long. The future is coming on. I feel really, really good about today's daily right now. I think we did quite a nice job. We've just, like, strangled Time Lord. Now, are we going to be able to get the level of defense I would like to get? I believe we will. Even though it looks suspect. Now he's only dealing 13. I mean, we could easily, right? Like, we already have 11. Usually... Blade Dance is good, but be more sensible. The Perfect is worth a lot here. We only get to play 1 of these, by the way, but that's not enough. Well, in that case, we shouldn't play this. We should play Dash instead. No, we should have played it because we already get to 12. Now we only get to play 1 card next turn, and we might have ruined our Perfect. He's hitting us for 21. Yeah, we ruined our Perfect. Unless we can kill him in 1 attack. Wow, that's idiotic. Come on. No, what I was looking for... We're gonna take literally 1 damage. Well, now we're gonna take 7. Yeah, we threw away 50 points at the end, which is pretty hilarious, but if we'd gotten Riddle with Holes, I think he would be dead. So I'm a little bit of an idiot, but he'll still be killed. Very good daily. I had a wonderful time, if I'm being honest with you. I had an exquisite time on today's daily. We navigated it well. A cursed deck is usually strong by default. 1141 damage. Not quite going to beat NL's misplays. But hey, what can you say? I had a good daily today. 422nd, just 2 off the magic number. Hey, for now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.